Hello and welcome to this new episode of the Alex Show TV. It's episode 343 from August the 2nd of the year 2024. Today is a Friday. And today I'm going to start a three-part series. This is the first part of videos about Isabella Green. Someone I've known for a while now, but she's really coming to her own. She's really putting out excellent information, excellent material. She's a person that, as many of us, I think it's in the millions, probably billions, is feeling this enhancement that is coming to everyone, this energy that is coming to everyone, that is expanding our consciousness, that is expanding our memories, yes, of the past, of our past lives, that we have been somewhere else, not necessarily Earth. She also has recalled memories of the transition into the reincarnation cycle and that, and I think she explains it in a way really I haven't seen anyone else explain it. I'm sorry about that. She honestly, I resonate 100, 1,000, a million percent with what she says and the way she explains these concepts of what is this life, this crying question we all have of what is this life? Is this a school? Is this a punishment? Like sometimes we think it's a punishment. Is this something we come here to learn, to expand, to grow? Are we coming here to pay debts of other lives? That's the mainstream concept of karma. That's why I totally disagree and align with Isabella, by the way, that karma is a different thing. Isabella says that she doesn't believe in karma, that karma exists. Yes, in a way, maybe not the mainstream way that karma is punishment. I see it that karma is the true repent, is the true understanding, growing, learning of the universe. It's when your spirit pays for these involuted, these incarnated, these physical realities, whatever we do here, we have to go through a process of maturing and we have to go through a process of understanding and promising, hey, I'm not going to do that again. And that's when the universe wins, when you expand and you mature. Okay. So actually, I found a support video. You're going to find the link on the video notes. Please, if you have 1 hour, that's the support video is magnificent all the way through. So I took out like 14 clips out of it and I segmented it in 6 different topics. We're not going to have 6 shows in a row because I understand about, that would be too much and you're going to be probably, I don't know, wanting something else. So I'm going to do 3 shows now in a row with different topics about Isabella Green and this support video. And then we're going to have a little break of 1 month and then we're going to do that other 3. So I think it's the best way not to saturate with similar subjects and everything about this support video. We have today only 1 clip to watch. And let me explain what Isabella says here. That maybe in this reality, we're trapping our desires. And the way she explains it and the support image we have right now on the screen, desires, needs, wants, it's a way I haven't been able to explain it. I think we have danced around the topic. And I had a show a few months ago, probably a year, a little bit more than that, with my good friend Tony from London, that we spoke about comfort. We're saying this exact thing, but we're saying it in different words. We're dancing around the topic. I believe if we decide to come back in the reincarnation cycle, reincarnation of Holy Trap, if we decide to reincarnate again in planet Earth, sometimes it has to do with the fact we want to experience something else. Okay. So, okay, now I want to experience this, I want to experience that, because this reality is all about desires. Okay. I know it's all about desires if you think about it. That's when money comes into play, because money buys desires, yes. Although money doesn't buy happiness, which is a different thing, but the early pleasures, the early comforts, as we had my good friend Tony and I on that show, they are bought through this system of money, of scarcity, of duality. And is that something bad? I don't want to say it is. Okay. That's why I say I go back to the song of Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, in a funny way of saying we all just want to have fun, I guess. And I was talking to a creator recently because we were doing a collaboration in Spanish, and privately we're discussing that both our channels were really not very popular in regards to subscriptions, to viewership, to likes, and all that. And he says the topics, because I see other channels that focus on the desires, that focus on the fun things, that focus on talking about, actresses, actors, and, music and stuff like that, or, creepy stuff that also is one of our desires, this oh, we love the creepy stuff, and they are very successful. Okay, so through the mainstream explanation of success, which I had a show recently, what is success? Well, yes, in a way I'm failing. Okay, in a way I'm failing because I try to bring these topics that I feel they're very important, but not necessarily that a good percentage of humanity thinks they're important. And it goes back to this thing that we're here for, the desires. I cannot explain it as Isabella does. Let's watch the support video. She does an excellent job. Then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. These shows, we're gonna have one support video in this case, but some we're gonna have 3, 4. So that depends the length. But I'm not gonna really the intention is to bring you what Isabella says and just maybe give you my thoughts, my feelings. But really, there's not much to say apart from what she says. Let's watch it together.
We are trapped in our desires here. Meaning that as long as you're in the physical body and you're not connected with the higher essence and you're not seeking the higher essence and your focus is on your physical experience, then the physical experience is all about unfulfilled desires or fulfilled desires, and then the next one comes in, and then we just keep running in cycles. And so that's my understanding of Maya. That makes you come back because you know, oh, you never got that love of your life, or you never got to be together with that particular person. Oh, but next lifetime they tell you you can, so come on. So then then you jump right in because, hey, you know what, no, next time my physical or my desires of the earth plane are going to be fulfilled. But the practices that I am describing or mentioning and that I've been involved with or doing for the last 9 years, they really diminish that. That's one of the other side effects, that you really lose the attachment to desires. It's very interesting. It just calms everything internally.
And you don't go after the physical stuff, like, you know, like a Porsche to me would be like, I don't really care. I mean, someone gave me a Ferrari, I'd probably sell it and donate the money or something. I just wouldn't. It doesn't appeal to me to have that kind of thing anymore.
Because there is an inner fulfillment that comes with having experienced the connection with the higher consciousness. And one time is enough. One time of going into samadhi state is enough to have a complete change of the state of being, because you experience the complete fulfillment in every possible way.
Okay, as I said, Isabella was going to explain it much better than me. And I'm just going to chip in here, and these are my final thoughts on this topic that we could have 3, 4 shows, and I could have a chat with my good friend Tony or someone else, because this is such a deep topic and so important. But basically, on this human experience, we're having a physical experience, okay? And yes, I think it's even the right way to do it. As I said many times, if you want to be spiritual in this physical world, then you're probably going to have to go to a monastery out there in the mountains. Because if you're in a city and you say, oh, I meditate all the time, you cannot meditate and drive. You cannot meditate and be out there having fun. You cannot meditate and work. You cannot meditate and, for example, read or do some productive work. I'm not saying meditate is not productive. I'm just saying it takes you outside of the physicality. And that's the point of meditation. That's great. I shared that many times. That also believe the process of sleep, which is natural. We all need to sleep. If you don't sleep, you die, okay? If you don't sleep for weeks, you die. You cannot go without sleep, okay? Some people sleep, in my opinion, in my personal intuition, sleep a low amount of hours. When I hear people that I've known that they say they sleep 2 hours, 4 hours, that for me is at least we need to shoot for 8, possibly 10, okay? And I said many times that it sounds to me very balanced, 12 and 12. The day has 24 hours, sleep for 12, be conscious for 12. But having said all that, we are in a physical experience, and that experience wants the desires, the unfulfilled desires, as Isabella says. So either the filled desires or unfulfilled, when we go through the reincarnation process, we might want to come back voluntarily because we want to experience the next thing, okay? So I will think, if you're a child in Africa, and then you go through the reincarnation process, you will want to come back, but you will say, hey, I now want to enjoy a different life, Okay. I want some unfulfilled desires. Okay. The gentleman, which I apologize, I don't remember the name, the host, he's very famous. He has a very huge channel. Okay. As I said many times, I don't have any notes with me here when I record. He does mention something very interesting. I share a few times when I know you have been with me for a while. If you recall Moxie from the UK, he's audio only, a few shows, great guest, great guy. He used to mention, same as me, that growing up, he wanted a Porsche. And for me, I wanted a 911 in the 80s. I saw it in movies, maybe even on a trip or something, or see one physically. He was in the UK, so it was quite common probably to see one in the streets, parked or something. I know it's a silly thing, but I wanted a Porsche. But then as I evolved, that became a silly dream. Because then, even if I had one, which I never had one, okay, the nicest car I had a BMW, I had an Audi, basic models, used, whatever. But it's just a car. And I think you eventually, what this guy is trying to say is, I don't need it, okay? There's not a desire for me. And I've said a few times that, when these things are going to come natural, you're not going to have to force them. One example is stop eating meat altogether, or stop, eating very differently altogether. It's going to come to you when it's the right time. I had a friend, she was with her family, husband, children, in a meat restaurant, Argentinian meat restaurant, and she suddenly felt ill and had to go to the restroom to relieve herself. Because the intuition came, I don't want any more meat. Not that meat is good or bad, please. That's not the point. I'm not pushing veganism. I'm just saying that these unfulfilled desires, this need to feel or not feel these desires, is going to come to you naturally, okay? As you evolve, as Isabella says, when the host says, I don't want a Ferrari, I don't want a Porsche, I'll probably sell it and donate the money. Isabella says, yes, because we're fulfilled inside. And that's a very important understanding of this reality. If you fulfill yourself with your connection to the universe, with your understanding of who you are, with your embracing and learning of your history, of your memories, and then you start discovering you have been so much, and you have been outside of this earth, and you have been other things. And Isabella, in another clip, she's going to share that she came to this earth from a non-physical experience, because there was a call for help from Earth, and then she started noticing you cannot leave. Okay, I find it just sorry about that. I find it just funny a little bit. Okay, that you came here helping, as a benevolent, beautiful soul, and then you suddenly are stuck here. Okay, that sounds, oh, come on. But yes, in a way, by maturing and dimensioning these, we can understand that it's perfectly fine to desire things in this reality, but we are gonna outgrow that. We're gonna mature that. If it's not in this lifetime, trust me, it's gonna be, eventually it's gonna happen. So I'm not saying, don't force it. It has to come naturally. Don't force it and say, I'm gonna renounce this reality. Because that's what I feel happens with, monks that go to monasteries, that they have to totally, really suppress all these realities. So there are no desires. Okay, I think it's, I hate to say it, but doesn't sound very natural. When it comes to you naturally, you can be out there and you're gonna see a Ferrari, and as this guy is saying, which I totally believe him, you're not gonna desire it. You're gonna say, wow, it would be great to have Ferrari, come on. Or it will be great, for example, every time you go in a plane and you go to the economy side, and usually when you are going in, depends on the door you're assigned, but usually you have a peak. And that's probably by design, because they want you to see how nice and spacious and comfortable is business class, first class, all that. They want you to see it. On some smaller planes, you go to first class to get to economy class. And you see all the people that they don't even want to look at you. They're looking at their phones or a magazine or something like, a lot goes on there. It's totally normal, okay? I mean, there's nothing wrong with you for you to desire and say, wow, I would love to go on first class. I would love to have a private plane. I would love to have a Ferrari. I would love to have a lot of money. I would love to have a ship. I would love to have servants. That's the type of desires of this type of reality, which is nothing wrong in experience it, which I believe is something we need to look at, is coming here thousands of times, like Isabella says. But a couple of times, it's an experience, okay? And it's focused. It keeps us trapped in our desires. I totally agree. She explained that beautifully. I cannot replicate that. I'm sorry about that. The support video was basically the core of this show. My opinions are not up to the level of Isabella. She explains it beautifully that we basically want to come back for this unfulfillment of these unfulfilled desires. All right. So I hope you enjoyed. We're going to have more from Isabella the next 2 shows. Then, as I said, we're going to take a 1-month break and we're not going to come back. A lot of stuff coming. Psychedelics, that reincarnation trap, let's call it like that. But she does a beautiful job explaining all of this stuff, which is way different than my attempts that I've been bringing to you. So this is going to be, even if I spoke about death, the reincarnation, soul, coming back all these times, she's going to do a much better job with the support videos. All right. So I hope you enjoy it. This short Friday episode, the first one on Isabella Green. And if everything's okay, I should see you back on Monday with show 2 from this Isabella Green series. Have a great weekend. Take care. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover your true self. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and to serve others. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover your true self? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to the universe. Simply ask, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about this reality start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering your true self equals to real freedom. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to understand this reality, but you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will set up a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, lust, envy, violence, justice through violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only your egoic mind and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.